so a year later, Fitz is doing Rogan. So I was on in April. I think he was doing him like in March. And he said, this time I'm bringing a synopsis of your book. I go, give him the book. He goes, no, I don't want to. I just want to give him a synopsis. Do you have a good? And I said, yeah. And he said, I know the minute he kind of focuses on it, he's going to book you. So that night after he taped his show, Fitz calls me up and he goes, I don't owe you anything anymore for those roofs. You owe me now. I go, are you joking? He goes, no, he's calling you tonight. He wants to book you.
Holy shit.
I'm like, oh, fuck, I hate being so obligated now to you, Fitz. I go, but I have to get more views than you. And
yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he's been on so often, I don't think people get too excited. Yeah, I still count and compare.
Yeah. What was that experience like? Because, I mean, Joe Rogan is
so he texted me that night, and he said, I can't believe, and he couldn't believe he had never heard about the book. So the book, we didn't get as much publicity as we thought we would.
Yeah.
We didn't get the sales we thought. We didn't, in the New York Times, you never know what they're going to do. They didn't review it. They did do a piece about me for the style section of all sections, but it was okay. It got interest. I was okay with it. I was just so glad that anybody bought it. And, I did some podcasts. I did a little bit of TV, not too much. But things were really kind of waning off in the winter. And then, so then I get the text from Rogan. And I actually was still a little apprehensive because of the Alex Jones thing.
Yeah.
So I thought I better look him up a little. So he texted me. He said, I really want you on the show. Can you talk to me tomorrow? I'm going to call you. I said, yeah, sure. So I emailed the people at Little Brown who were kind of a little the same way I was, a little apprehensive too. And they were like, are you kidding? Do it. You have to do it.
Yeah.
No. And then I found out actually just a week ago, I had lunch with Annie Jacobson, who's an author who writes books about military intelligence. She's done like 5. And one of them was on Area 51, UFOs. The other one's on the use of psychics by the CIA. The last one was called Vanish, Kill. She's going to kill me. I really like her. So she was a Little Brown author, and she told me at lunch the other day, she said, I was the first Little Brown author to go on Rogan, and she was on like 4 or 5 months before me. She said they learned that you don't say no to Joe Rogan because he changed my book sales overnight. And so I knew I had to do it. And then he didn't call me the next day. But then I saw he was in the newspapers because that was the first time on one of his podcasts. He said he wasn't going to vote for Biden because he thought Biden was senile. Yeah. And he implied he was going to vote for Trump. So there was a ton of attention. And I thought, oh, now I'm never going to hear from him. He's distracted. But it was like a day late, and then he booked me for a week later, and he said he was, I think he said 11 chapters in, and he said, but I promise you I'm going to finish the last couple chapters before I see you. That's what I found out he hadn't done. And in a way it worked, I think, to my benefit. I was hoping, you always hope they've read the whole book.
Yep.
Because you don't want to have to do too much expositional, explaining and stuff. But the way he interviewed me, he hadn't gotten that far, so I'd start to talk about it, and I said, well, I don't want to spoil the ending for you. And it wasn't at all, deliberate or planned, but it worked with him, and then I think it made a lot of people want to know, read the book
that's smart.
To the end. So it was a great experience, and just like everyone said, that it would change everything about the book, even my life. So he announced it, a week or so before. He had a guest on, and I guess he had actually talked about it once before, and I had heard that, but when I saw that his things were 3 hours long, I'm like, I'm not going to listen to 3 hours. Now I actually do, because sometimes he talks for 10 minutes about it,